Hello, this is a bit of a cockpit tour today. You can see I've got the optical system up. It's got the Raspberry Pi's temperature, the CPU usage, an option for analog input so I could send something like the head's rotation or steering, a nice targeting reticle, the date and time. And you can see that the camera is kind of a little offset. But if I can manage to do it one-handed, you can see that the view can be changed by this apparatus. It's currently a two-handed affair because I haven't mounted it anywhere, but it will eventually be a one-handed or no hands-free mechanism. So, one sec. That is a live feed from up in the head. The camera is a little offset from the lens, so it's kind of hard to see, but I can still kind of see out. And here is the joy of it all, the Raspberry Pi, which I have a analog to digital converter on, so I can get some sensor readings from around the mech, which I have not yet implemented. And this Raspberry Pi and the monitor are actually powered off this power pack down here, which has all sorts of nifty little features like giving the runtime, the battery percentage, the load use, and all that sort of fun stuff. And currently it's on the umbilical cord, which is a fancy word for being plugged into the house. So normally it bleeps and bloops saying, hey, I'm in use, but not today. And down here we have a brake, which I'm actually don't have installed, and I'm probably going to be getting rid of because I can mostly engine brake. More about that in a second. Hiding back here is the on switch for the power steering and torso rotation, which is one of these fun little switches where you flick it up, put it down, there's a safety cap. All you got to do to turn it off in an emergency is flick the cap down. It didn't originally have a glowing LED, but it stopped working for some reason, which was weird, but it still works as a switch. And here we have an arm Waldo, which you just grab and lift. You can see the arm through this ripped dust cover. And you move your arm here, the arm moves outside. I need to start doing a workout so I can actually lift it for extended periods of time and, do all sorts of fun stuff like waving and all that. Over here we have a receptacle for a second power pack, the Weeby Top, which I may have mentioned earlier, which is not as powerful as the Cyber Power, but it can still power the optical system. And this Cyber Power fellow right here can actually run a baseball pitching machine I have, which I plan eventually to give Marduk as a weapon. So on this side, we've got another Waldo. You can see the arm moving out there. So, and this is entirely mechanical, no powered parts, which makes it a bit of a challenge. And you can't lift cars, but you can at least build it quickly and cheaply. Right here is the transmission, which are some cables that go down to the snowblower in the back. And you push this forward, makes the snowblower go forward, push it back, puts the gear into reverse. And I just got to move some of these Waldos aside so I can get a better view. Here are the foot pedals for the power rotation, which is hooked up to that system right there. This one is the steering pedal. It's a little counterintuitive because it's forward and back instead of left and right. I probably should have thought of that before putting it in, but oh well. And this one is the torso rotation. There is a bit of lag because the brackets holding on the linear actuator are bent. So it does take a little bit for the torso to rotate, but it does rotate. And right here, kind of hiding underneath some of this matting, is the clutch. So what I do is I lift my foot way up here and stomp down, and that activates the clutch on the snowblower, making the robot go forward. And the color seems to have inverted on my display. Weird. Well, it was a little waterlogged when I went to use it, so maybe it's finally dying on me. That would suck. But anyway, that's the clutch. And, you know, to do engine braking, what you do is you just put it in a low gear and then engage the clutch, and that slows you down. But I haven't had any problems with Marduk rolling away from me. Only just, you know, running away from me, and I'm having to catch up to it. So, yeah. This is the inside of the cockpit. Got some handles to grab on for when climbing in. The 2-door system, which works pretty nice. And there's not a lot of room in here. It's kind of cramped because I really didn't know what I was doing. But when I do build the second giant robot, I will definitely be working with a cockpit first and then building from there, instead of just trying to build the body and then the cockpit inside of it, which is kind of what I ended up doing with this. There we go. Hopefully using one of my main monitors will keep it safe from any moisture appearing randomly out of nowhere. We remember what happened with the my brother in the snowbank with the mech, so wouldn't be surprised if this was him too. So, this ought to work out quite well with this new monitor, so if you do enjoy my content, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.